just got to get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
My name's Trey, and this is
Riley.
And you're watching Your High School Sports.
Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to Your High School Sports. I'm your host, Roddy Woods, along with the guys, Chris Reddick and Chris Blevins. You can see what Chris is doing. It's Turkey Day, and he's already feasted. Early in the morning, he's feasted. always. Been a great
start the day off right.
Start the day off right. All right, here we go, guys. The question of the week for this week is, what are you thankful for in this 2016 Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah, well, Roddy, that's a great question, and definitely is becoming at this time of the year, so that's a good question. But always thankful for my family and just everything we have and living in this great country and everything we have. And although the election's been going on, but it's just a blessing to be able to do that and have great family and friends this time of the year, and obviously the good food, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just thankful for that, just health, and to be able to work and having enjoyed my time and being on the show is a great thing too. So.
All right. Can you stop eating to give thanks?
Well, you know, Thanksgiving is such a wonderful day to recognize all the blessings God's provided for us. You know, you guys already know this, unfortunately, has been a pretty tough year for me personally, but I'm always thankful for what God is always doing in my life and what he already has planned for me. So very thankful for this delicious meal. We've already started Thanksgiving off.
Right.
Thankful for the family I'll be enjoying with a little bit later. Thankful for you guys being part of a great team. Like you said, health, wealth, prosperity, good friends, of course, the good food, and so many other things I could talk about, but I want to go ahead and eat.
You go ahead and eat. What I'm thankful for you guys, I'm thankful for my family, my friends, my loved ones getting engaged this year. You know, the boss is always behind us. So, I'm thankful for all things. Like you said, Chris, I'm thankful for God, for him taking care of us, giving us the life, health, and strength that we always need, and I always give him praise. But, the one thing I am thankful for is you guys being a part, our fans being a part of your high school sports in 2016. All right, that's out of the way. Chris, continue to eat. Let's go check in with David because their playoffs just got started, and they're in round number 2. So let's go see what David's got going on up in Western Carolina. David Crompton has joined us now here on Your High School Sports, and David's got all the news from the playoffs up in Western Carolina. David, just jump right in there.
All right, guys, we had to delay it 1 week. There was a ton of games, and just briefly, we're split into the eastern part and the western part of the state for the playoff bracket. So basically, let me go through this thing. Mountain Heritage won, Pisgah barely won, Asheville High got blown out. No one saw that coming. Brevard, who's having the comeback season for the ages, beat Winston-Salem Carver, which is a traditional power in the state. Big upset, and they blew them out. Mitchell, one of the 10-1 teams in the state, beat Chatham Central. Murphy, another 10-1 team, ranked number 1 in the 1A division. They won. Swain County, Heathfield School won. AC Reynolds won. McDowell got beat by Butler from down in Charlotte. Irwin won on a 100-yard kickoff return as the clock was expiring by our man who caught all those passes.
Yes.
Tennessee started the season.
Mm-hmm.
Tuscola hung on to beat Anson County, and Franklin advanced with a little win there. And it's really convoluted. Next week it'll start clearing itself out.
Right.
we've got 4 divisions. You've got 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A. But in each division, you've got a 1A and a 2A.
Okay.
So there's teams playing all over the state for one more week. And the teams I just mentioned are all the Western North Carolina teams that are still in play. And it's a little odd because this time normally, the Thanksgiving week, you're down to the final. You're usually down to the final 8.
Okay.
And so the hurricane set some things back. And then the other thing that happened up here last week was in the independent division.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 rounds of playoffs. And Christ School, in the 3rd consecutive year, it's a really upscale private school on the south side of Asheville. And the kids come from all over the world to attend school there, but they've made a commitment to football. And this is the 3rd year that they've been to the state championship game because there's only 2 rounds. They had the first round, and then they played High Point Christian last Friday and got beat for the state championship 16-6. The reason I tell you about Christ School, Roddy, is they're going to have a rising junior quarterback next year named Navy Schuler, who will be coached. The quarterback coach is a guy by the name of Keith Schuler.
Oh, yeah, we know him.
So, Navy's got a chance. Navy's got a chance. He throws the ball well. He didn't play. He played the first game of the year on the varsity this year, and then they kept him away from varsity action for the rest of the season. There was a senior quarterback over there that can play in like the SAC. He can play at a Tusculum level. He can play at a Mars Hill, Carson Newman situation.
Okay. How big is Heath's son?
Heath's kid, and let me make sure I'm close here. I think he's about 6'1". He's over 200 pounds. He's very sound. The same drills that Coach Nolan and Jonathan did all those many days and all those many years, he and Navy do every day, every single day. It's just rep after rep after rep. And fundamentally, he's sound. He's got a good arm. He doesn't have an arm like Heath, but not many people do. But he's going to play somewhere, and all the ball fans probably better keep an eye on Navy because there might be another number 21 stepping under center for us. I mean, the kid's going to be good.
All right, so we're gonna keep an eye on him. I know, David, you feeling under the weather, so we're just gonna wrap things up and get you well so you can enjoy that turkey dinner.
Absolutely. Did you guys see the goal line stand that those Dadburn Florida Gators made?
Yeah, we know, we know, but
I'll tell you what. I'm not a Gator fan, but you have to give him credit. That was a heck of a goal line stand.
Yeah, it was.
And I tell you though, we're coming. We're close to them.
That's the key. We're coming, and I think we'll get a good bowl out of everything, and next year we'll be right back in it again.
That's it, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, happy Thanksgiving, David.
Have a great Thanksgiving, and look forward to seeing you guys.
All right. Thanks, David. You know what he's talking about, guys. The playoffs is up and running up there in North Carolina, and he said that Pisgah just barely got by. Asheville High got beat. That's a juggernaut up there in Western Carolina.
Yeah. Sound like a lot of surprises, just like we've had in our state. But just an exciting time for football all around in all the states. Unfortunately, in North Carolina, to get a little late start with the hurricane, but that just means more football for fans.
So make sure you stay right here with your high school sports. We're coming right back, and we are powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home of the lifetime warranty. We'll be right back.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff, always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
Five Oaks Tires, carrying top name brands Michelin Tires and BF Goodwrench Tires. Visit 5oakstire.com. Located on 1425 Parkway, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or call 5 Oaks Tires at 865-453-3469.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
15 Ford Edge, 24.9 or just $299 a month. 16 Ford F-150, 22.9 or just $289 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Aaron Cole. You're rocking with Your High School Sports.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, Tennessee, home of the lifetime warranty. Guys, that looks good. I can't wait till we get finished so I can get me some.
Like I said, I got to start early. I know. Get it in.
We had a chance to catch up with he's not too new to Knoxville Central, Bryson Rasner. Great coach. Had a great interview with him. Let's go see what Coach's got to say, and then we'll discuss that Central Marshall County game. Now on the line with us is Central High School Bobcat head coach Bryce Rosser. And Coach, like we just said a minute ago, you guys are playing some outstanding football. You went up to Greenville and beat Greenville at their place. And then last week you beat Knox Fulton, a powerhouse that, everybody I think in the newspaper around the country had Fulton penciled in to go to state. What do you think about that?
Hey. Playoff football is a different type of football. It's not like the regular season. It's where to go home. Our kids are playing inspired ball. We're extremely happy about what they're doing. I couldn't be more proud of being able to lead these guys in the battle each Friday.
And when we talked to you earlier at Media Days, and you had this air about you that your football team was going to be better than it was. You're going to show some people some things. You guys right now, you've lost 2 games all season long, and you're playing the best football of the season. Is that what you had planned on?
Yeah, we had some trouble early on. The injury bug hit us and lost some, a tough one on the road and then a tough one at home to a really good Catholic team. And, the bye week couldn't come at a better time for us. We had some time to kind of prepare, kind of step back and look at the bigger picture and kind of take it in small chunks. So we decided to take it one game at a time. And, here we are on a winning streak just such as this and, one game away from the big one.
Last week's game against Fulton, you guys, I read in the newspaper where you guys went out and you just put it to them. Like you said, you took them out to the woodshed and you did exactly what Central needed to do. Did your kids, did they know that they could play against Fulton when Fulton got off the bus at your place?
Well, we played them the last game of the regular season and we won a contest there 21-19, in which we really got away with a close one because they were had us very outmatched and were staying above the chains. But we made a couple of stops in the red zone towards the end. So our kids kind of had that belief that they could play with them again. And we didn't change too much from the week before, but you always got to make adjustments in the world of coaching. So our kids believed that they could do it. As coaches, we made some minor adjustments, and all we can do is put them in the right place. Our kids went out there and made the right play.
Let's skip back to the Greenville game. You guys went up to Greenville, and Greenville has been beating people all year long, scoring 50, 60, 70 points. You know, it sounds like you guys went up there and stopped their running game and their passing game.
Yeah, we have a really mature team. I mean, this senior class of 17 guys, they've been with me, you know, the last 3 years, kind of from the jump. And you're starting to see the foundation that was set with those guys start to flourish. You see, you know, we have, I believe, 7 or 8 seniors on the defensive side of the ball, and, you know, the common theme they always said, if they don't score, they can't win, sort of thing. But, you know, we tried to take the numbers part out of it and just kind of play our game. And, you know, like I always say in high school football, you never know what's going to happen with teenagers. So I was very happy our kids gave themselves a chance to win at the end, and, you know, we took advantage of it.
All right, Coach, let's size up Marshall County. What do they do best?
Oh, man. On offense, they run the ball really well. They have, I believe, Mr. Football finalists in the running back position and maybe at the offensive line position. They can throw it when they need to. I know the young man, the quarterback, has an older brother that plays college ball. Defensively, they fly around pretty well. They have some really good size up front. I mean, they got some big old guys at the defensive tackle position. That key running back is also a major linebacker for them. We'll look to, you know, take advantage of some things in the pass game, hopefully. And then defensively, if we can stop the run early, which is key in any game, we feel like we'll give ourselves a chance to be successful.
One last question, Coach. What do you have to do to stop Marshall County and come out with a win?
We have to embrace, you know, the whole day. Taking a road trip such as that, you know, something I've never done as a head coach. You know, this team has never done. I believe it's a 4-hour trip going there with an hour time change. We have to make sure that none of that distracts us from our game plan. We have to make sure our kids are well prepared, study the film as best we possibly can, and we have to make sure that we take care of the third part of the game, which is special teams, protect the ball and make sure our field position is in our favor.
Well, Coach, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and the best of luck this Friday night as you take on Marshall County.
Thank you very much, and the same to you guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Coach Bryce Rosser. He's the head coach of the Central High School Bobcats. They take on Marshall County tomorrow night for the semifinals. Thanks, Coach. You know, he talked about how his team has come together. You know, they've only lost 2 games, but we talked about this all year long, guys, how everybody beat up everybody else, you know, in that Knoxville area. But looks like Central's on the road, man. They had 2 great games. They went to Greenville, beat Greenville, then they beat Fulton. You know, how do you think they stack up against Marshall County?
I think they got a great chance. I mean, it's kind of like this time of the year when you start playing well and you do good things. But they've been, like you said, beating each other up at this time of the year. Like in the early season, they kind of went back and forth, get into the playoffs. Then you kind of see the teams progress that are actually got the consistency together. I've talked about it a lot, consistency and making sure you play good on both sides of the ball. They've got it figured out, and I think they got a great shot.
Are you guys surprised?
I'm not surprised.
You know, I'm very surprised. This 4A bracket is all jacked up.
It is now, yeah.
I had Catholic and Fulton, Greenville, I had all kind of things, but no disrespect to Knox Central because I've always had my eyes on this team. This team has just always stayed steady. They've played tough balls. Those 2 losses are 2 great teams. So, like you were mentioning, all the teams in 4A, they're about on that same level to where on any given Friday, this could happen. So, surprised, but then again, you know, I'm not. So, Central, well-deserved, but, boy, they're going to be up against a tough Marshall County team. Like Coach mentioned, they got to go against some finalists. That always makes it tough, you know, because they're always looking to try to shine and make a great, outstanding game. And, of course, this is a crucial game to get to the state. I mean, there's a lot to play for, and I'm excited about what Central's going to do, and I'll tell you what's going to happen in the end.
All right. Let's move on to a key matchup, another semifinal game, South Doyle versus Farragut. Should be a great game. Let's go see what Coach Clark Duncan has to say about his team going up against Farragut this Friday night. Now on the line with us here on Your High School Sports is Coach Clark Duncan, his head coach of the South Doyle. They just overpowered Morristown West. Coach, I'm just going to jump right in there. Talk about that Morristown West. How big a win was that for your program?
Well, it was huge in that, in the history of the school, we've never been beyond the quarterfinals, and that being 2 years ago, and in the first year of the existence of the school. So, it was from that standpoint, it was huge. For us to get behind like we did, and then continue to fight and not quit and play hard and find a way to get back in it, and then eventually win it, just speaks volumes to the way our kids have prepared all season, the way they've worked, their mentality, and coaches, and just a great team win, great win for our community.
Coach, you just hit on something that you've never been this far. You've never been to the semifinals. You had a good football team a few years back when you had Jockeys, Bruce. Is this team? How do you compare this team right now to that team?
I don't think you can compare them. I think every year, every season is different. That was a special bunch back in 2014, and I say this to the day. I think that the state championship was played at Southville High School in the quarterfinals between us and West. I thought we were the two best teams, and West beat us that night and went on and won it. We're different in that was a senior-loaded team. It was a lot of experience, and this year, this is a team that's still made up of a lot of underclassmen. We've got some great senior leadership, but the majority of our starters are underclassmen, so they still have that room to grow and mature. So it is not a comparison really, just because of that in itself. But and every group has a different identity. This is a group that's just found a way to fight hard and play hard. Still talented, but the biggest thing is just learning how to win and that mentality of and experience. I mean, that's everything. Last year most of our kids were sophomores and got beat up, but they kept learning, and it's paid off this year.
Coach, you at this point of the season, you were 5-5 going into the playoffs. You've had some big wins. Are you playing your best football right now, going up against Farragut?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're playing. We've played the best that we've played since week 11. We've found an identity. Our run game, our passing game has really been strong when we needed it as well. And but I think the biggest thing is that we've come a long way defensively. I think that's the difference in us right now, is that we've found 11 guys that really play hard, play together. They're very physical, very fast to the ball. I think that's the biggest thing, and that's where we're playing our best ball right now.
Coach, let's talk about Farragut. Coach Courtney's team is always around. And in this situation, going into Friday night's game, what does Southville have to do to beat Farragut?
Well, I tell you, Farragut's a very, very good football team. I said all along, I thought they're the best team in this area. Big, physical, strong, fast, throw the ball really well, run the ball well, play good defense. We're going to have to play our very best. We're going to have to be mistake-free. I hope they make a few mistakes and to stay in this thing. They were behind a very, very good Ooltewah team last week, and came back and won that against a very good football team. So it wasn't just they got down but they found a way to get back in it. We're going to have to play 4 quarters. It's got to be a dogfight, and in hopes that we got a chance to win.
Coach, how's it feel to be practicing on Thanksgiving Day?
It's exciting. In my coaching career, I've had opportunity to do it a few times, and it's a special time. We bring them in early on Thursday morning, and we'll feed them a big breakfast, and we'll have some. We'll talk a little bit and talk about things that we're thankful for, and then we'll go out and we'll practice and get them off the field so they can get home and eat some turkey, and then know that we're coming back in here on Friday ready to play.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you taking a moment to talk to us here on Your High School Sports, and we wish you a happy Thanksgiving to you and your family and your team, and good luck Friday night.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys.
All right, Coach Clark Duncan, his head coach of the South Doyle Cherokees. They take on Farragut tomorrow night. Thanks, Coach Duncan. You know, hey, sharp dress. Remember at Media Days, he had his big ring on, his championship ring. He sharp guy. They have got something going on, you know, to lose 5 games, but all 5 games.
Yeah, against playoff teams, and I really believe that South Doyle is not getting lucky because they played against good competition in the regular season, but it goes back to those things about when they played Morristown West this past week. Morristown West came up and did not finish the football game. They were winning 26 to, how much was it at halftime? 7 at halftime, and then just let go. But South Doyle gets all the credit in the world because they came back and played that game. I think what's going to happen in this next round, which I'll save the pick, when they go up against Farragut, is you're going to see another team that has got everything clicking at the right time and has been consistent throughout the playoffs, throughout the season, and they're going to run up against a bull coming up here in the last thing. And this is for all the – this is going to the finals
semifinals.
This is semifinals. I mean, this is a great game for them, but I don't think anybody saw South Doyle being right here right now.
No, 5-5 going to the playoff. We thought – Morristown East was going to put them out.
Yeah, but now you go back to Media Days, I bet they thought they were then. But getting into the season, they've lost those 5 games, but all 5 of those teams are in the playoffs. So when you think about South Doyle, just a grind-out team, just grinding it out. Yeah. I mean, could you imagine at halftime being down 26-7 and you're in the playoffs? You're like, most teams would be like, we're done. We're done. They just came out. They rattled off how many? What was the final score there at the end? Gosh, it was huge.
Did it go in overtime?
It was no.
Or did it just flat out?
No, 63-26.
So,
right? Yeah. Pretty sure.
No, it was 20 to 6.
Yeah. 20 to 6. Okay, so there you go. I mean, just it's crazy to think they could come back and do that, and what a great game, you know. So.
Well, you got teams like South Doyle. That's one of them teams that we talked about earlier. That's one of them teams you don't want to play.
No. South Doyle is one of those teams you want to stay away from. And in all respect to South Doyle, they were 5-5. But if you look at some of the teams they lost to, I mean, they played 6A Hardin Valley. They lost to Farragut, which, of course, they got to play again. Gibbs was, like you said, they got the revenge back in the playoffs. The question I have, do they have it in them to get revenge back on Farragut? Because if you look on paper what Farragut did, it was pretty bad. But this is a different South Doyle team. Like Coach said, they've got all cylinders clicking. They had probably one of the toughest schedules in East Tennessee, and they're clicking, like you said, at the right time. So when you get this deep, you obviously deserve to be there. I don't care what anybody says. So Farragut, you better get ready. Hey, they had a tough one too. They were down, 44 or something to 14. Anyway, it was real bad. So they showed that, hey, we're not going anywhere either. We're going to work our way up, and we're going to fight for everything we got. So I see this as a scrappy game. So it could go either way.
It's called tunnel vision. You just get in there and you just go straight. Just go straight.
I'm going to hit on one thing, then we're going to go on, because he said, Coach Clark Duncan said, he's winning with underclassmen.
There you go.
Can you imagine how South next year?
Oh, yeah. These guys grew up.
All right. When we come back, we're going to discuss Farragut, and we got to talk about Maryville, because they got to make that road trip down to Murfreesboro, Oakland. So make sure you stay right here, because we got a lot more coming up on this show, and then our quick pick segment at the end. But make sure you stay right here on Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home of the lifetime warranty. Go over and see Kevin. He might put you in a Christmas present.
Ooh.
All right, we'll be right back. You still eating, don't you?
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family-owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future.
A milestone, 49 years in the automotive business. Bill Bachman and Myron Bernard have provided the automotive needs for people from Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, Western North Carolina with the vehicles that they desire. Choose from Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac right here at Bachman Bernard in Greenville. We're in the prettiest area. We give the lowest prices, the highest rebate, and the best interest rates. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac right here in Greenville, where as always, we're going to save you money.
From the day your child is born through the completion of high school or college, Hamlin Pediatric and Hometown Pediatric We'll be there to provide all your child's healthcare needs at one of our 3 convenient locations: Morristown, Jefferson City, or Hometown Pediatric in Sevierville. Our physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and staff look forward to meeting you. Visit our website, www.hpapeds.com, for more information. Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Claybo's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Claybo's Market and make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
It's the day, it's finally arrived, it's your wedding day. It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day.
Ah, your wedding day, that one special day in your life you'll never forget. So let Venture Productions capture all those special moments at your wedding for you to treasure a lifetime. Our approach to videography is one of creativity and excellence. Call Venture Productions for your video services.
It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
16 Ford Focus SC, $5,000 off for $169 a month. Ford Fusion SC, $19,900 or just $239 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
Welcome back and happy Thanksgiving. This is Roddy and it's halftime right here on Your High School Sports, and we are giving away Coats for the Needy. We've been promoting it all month long. Rhonda Mason here from Crescent Center Drugs is here, along with Tanya and Brad from the Mat Shelter. And guys, what a great occasion, Rhonda.
It's been awesome. It really has been fun being able to just ask people and say, bring them on in.
And you had a couple things get missing, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. We had some needy that came in.
And, Tanya, you know, a lot of coats going out to the needy here in Morristown, but you have men, women, and children come to the shelter, don't you?
Yes, we do.
And something like this, you need as much more things like this to happen, don't you?
Yes, we do. We need the community. It's just awesome for the people in the community to reach out to us and do things like this because it's so needed. You know, our residents, when they come in, sometimes they have things, but a lot of times they don't, and we need to be able to provide what they need. So it's just awesome for the community to pull together.
Well, we thank you, Morristown and the surrounding areas, for being a part of this Coach for the Needy, sponsored by Crescent Center Drugs, Your High School Sports, and we gave all this away. A happy Thanksgiving to the Mat Shelter right here in Morristown. We'll be right back here on Your High School Sports after this.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County. 5 Oaks Tires, carrying top name brands Michelin Tires and BF Goodwrench Tires. Visit 5oakstire.com. Located on 1425 Parkway, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or call 5 Oaks Tires at 865-453-3469. From the day your child is born through the completion of high school or college, Hamlin Pediatric and Hometown Pediatric will be there to provide all your child's healthcare needs at one of our 3 convenient locations: Morristown, Jefferson City, or Hometown Pediatric in Sevierville. Our physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and staff look forward to meeting you. Visit our website, www.hpapeds.com, for more information. Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Claybo's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Claybo's Market and make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
This is the clay, expertly crafted, that became the dishes on our tables. This is the grain, traditionally stone ground, that became the fresh-baked bread we serve every day. And this is the home, famously designed, that became the most unique setting for casual dining in Pigeon Forge. From our custom dishware to our delicious food, you can see the ingredients that make the Pottery House Cafe special. The Pottery House Cafe and Grill. Come experience our quality and our heritage.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
15 Ford Edge, 24.9 or just $299 a month. 16 Ford F-150, 22.9 or just $289 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. I'm your host, Roddy Woods, along with Chris Blevins and Chris Reddick. You see, he's still eating.
Round 2.
He's enjoying his turkey day.
It looks good, though.
You guys want some?
No,
I couldn't wait.
I'm going to wait. You know, guys, we've talked about all the teams. I want to go and check on Farragut. Mm-hmm. You know, that was one of the teams we figured, you know, when they lost to Oak Ridge early, we said, okay, they fell out of our poll. But, you know, they have hung around. And let's go see what Coach Courtney has to say about his double overtime win against Udawal last Friday night. Now on the line is a head man at Farragut High School in Knoxville, Coach Courtney. And, Coach, you got a big win last Friday night against Udawal. Overtime 56-49.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's two things that I can't say enough how hard our kids played with heart that second half. People around Knoxville do not really realize how good that Udawal program is year in, year out. We've played them for probably the last 12 years, used to be in our same region. And what a group of athletes they have and a great coaching staff. So it was certainly a big win for a quarterfinal game and then beating a team of that caliber. And then just the way our kids responded and come back from 28 point down. So it is great on our end.
You know, when you get in a situation like that, and you were down 42-14, what did you make what suggestion did you make at halftime? I know you were an old school coach, so I know there's a lot said, wasn't it?
Well, I tell you what, I really did not come off like I normally would. Really, I went in there and I said, guys, listen to me. Here it is. It's our choice what we're going to do. That's exactly what I told them. I said we could either just take our pads up on Monday, or we go out there and fight like a football team. At that stage was 10-1 with a chance to move on. That's up to us. We know what the challenge is, but we know how good we can be if we play together. It's going to take everybody getting there. That's exactly what they did.
I talked to your opponent coming up this Friday night, and he said that you're the best football team in Knox County. A lot of people just don't know it yet.
Well, I feel like our kids certainly gotten better. We're very similar to South Dole from standpoint. Both of us have really gotten better, especially since our last game. Pretty much our offensive lines are intact, through the season, and they are too. They got a running back, one of the best running backs we faced this year, Tanner, number 6 there. We got Cooper Harden, so it's going to be quite a matchup. I mean, it really is. They got a few skilled guys, and we feel like we do too. But, Clark, that bunch right there is playing well too, so it's going to be a great semifinal game.
In this position where you're at right now, I know you had to have some luck, but talk about how you got to this point of your season.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Rodney. The 3 teams that we've had to play in the playoffs are 3 physical football teams. The first 2 teams, McMinn County and Ray County, run the wing tee. It's old school, get in your face, knock you off the ball, counter inside stuff, and everybody's foot to foot. And all year long, we're playing people like everybody else runs the spread. People spreading from sideline to sideline. So I'm proud of the way our kids in those 2 games played physical on defense, and on offense we had to get up ahead of those teams so they could, try to force them to throw the ball, which they don't like to do. And then, of course, the game with Ottawa was just a matchup of athletes all over the field, making plays, throwing and running football. Great pass. Our first 2 passes, they jumped on it and intercepted. And our quarterback's throwing 31 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. The other night he threw 2, so now he has 4. But that's the caliber we're playing the other night. And our special teams, I think, is one of the big things, Rodney, that's really helped us through this playoff run.
Coach, when you play, like you just said, McMinn County, and then you play a tough Ottawa team, has that given you an edge, you think, going into Friday night's game?
Well, I know one thing. It's really made us a tougher football team by doing that. That was my concern is that, can we be physical and we have to be physical. There are games we had to be physical during the regular season, but those 2 especially. I mean, that's where they took pride in, and we knew we had to match them toe-to-toe and play that kind of game. Now, we're banged up, but I don't know anybody that's not banged up by 4th week of the playoffs. That's just the way it is. The guys just got to keep playing and keep making things happen.
How's it feel to be practicing on Thanksgiving Day?
Well, Rodney, that's one of my goals. It's always that goal. First one is be accountable to each other. Next is win our region, if not qualify for the playoffs. The 4th goal has always been practice on Thanksgiving Day, and then the 5th is win the state championship. So right now, we just got to get ready to play South Dole. Nothing else will matter if we don't get ready to play that game.
All right. Well, we would like to wish you a happy Thanksgiving from the staff and crew here to your family and your team, Coach, and good luck Friday night against South Dole.
Thank you, Rodney, and I hope you get the turkey leg this week.
All right, Coach. Don't eat too much.
I won't.
All right,
yeah,
Coach.
I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Coach. All right. Bye-bye. Coach Courtney had everything going. His Farragut Admirals, to come back in double overtime to win that game. And what he says, they're clicking. They're on all cylinders.
Yeah, man.
So get ready, South Dole.
Yeah, I definitely think get ready, South Dole. I mean, 42-14 in the 3rd quarter to come back and win the game in double overtime. That takes a lot of heart and a lot of good coaching, and then also a lot of mental stability to stay in the game. And especially when it's a Fulton team that we've been talking about all year, having all the poster material, everything they needed to go on. And, they came out with a great, big victory. I think Farragut has got a lot going for it. I just hope they got enough in the tank to go up against having a double overtime game and then turn right around this week and playing again. That's going to be the key of what they did this week to kind of get their win back under them, make sure everybody's healthy. That's a big game to come back. And they did it in – actually they played almost another half a game.
Yeah.
Double overtime. So,
yeah,
kind of see what happens.
Unbelievable game. Chris, I agree. When you throw all your heart and soul in a game like that, I'm sure Coach had some nice things to say at halftime. You down that many points, you almost can just check out. I mean, mentally, really, you can just check out. So to not just prepare yourself physically, but you got to have the mental strength to endure and say, we're going to come back.
Right.
And we're not just going to come back. We're going to actually win the game. I don't care if it's overtime, 3 over. We're going to win. But with all that being said, that takes a whole lot of out you. So can Farragut, even though I talked a little bit earlier, Farragut, on paper, it looks like they should take the South Doyle win, but it may not come that easy because you are exactly right to exuberate all that strength in one game. That stuff can carry over sometimes, and sometimes it can bite you. But it's going to be interesting to find out. It's like Farragut, one of the better teams in Knox County, if not maybe even the best. I mean, that's why they're here. It's going to be real interesting to see how his coach gets them up.
Yeah, but two teams that come back from being down that much in the second half and both coming back. So maybe that kind of factors in. But the next thing is Farragut's first time getting back out of the semifinals in 21 years, guys.
So they got a lot to play for. All right, our biggest matchup, which is going to be the Ball Corporation Game of the Week that we're going to set up a little bit later. But I had a chance to talk to George Quarles earlier this week, and George set the stage. They got to travel to Murfreesboro, Oakland. Murfreesboro, Oakland, we all know, is going to be a hard team to beat on the road. But let's go see what George has to say about that. And on the line with us now is Coach George Quarles. His Maryville Red Rebels are headed into the semifinals. Coach, let's talk about your team, where you are right now compared to where you were at a couple of weeks ago before the playoffs started.
Well, I think we're playing our best football right now. We're pretty healthy. Other than Matt Young not being able to play last Friday night, we had our entire complement of players, which has been really good. We got Austin Inslee's back. TD's healthy after missing some time early in the year. So, like I said, we're about as healthy as we can be, and I think we're playing probably our best football right now.
You know, when you're in this position, which you have been there a number of times, does it get any easier for your football team? Does it get any easier for Coach Quarles practicing on Thanksgiving Day?
I don't know about easier, but it's exciting. You know, our kids really enjoy, you know, getting together on Thanksgiving morning. We'll come in and have a breakfast, have a short walk through, and then, you know, go on home. But it's, you know, I just think it's a special time. Our kids, you know, value this time, time to reflect and just realize how thankful we are and how many things we have to be thankful about, not just in Maryville, but our entire country. And we just live in a great place. And like I said, it's always special getting together on that morning.
Coach, let's talk about Murfreesboro, Oakland. They come into this matchup against you guys. You got to travel down there. Talk a little bit about Murfreesboro, Oakland for us.
Well, clearly the best team we've played this year. You know, they're extremely talented. Most people have heard about Jacoby Stevens, the 4- or 5-star DB that was committed to LSU. He's a 3-year starter for him, so this will be the third time we've played against him. You know, he's kind of freakish. You know, just big and fast and physical. You know, he can do it. Quarterback's back from last year. The running back's back. Just a lot of returning players. Very explosive offensively and hadn't given up much defensively. So we got our work cut out for us for sure.
When you say you got your work cut out for you, I know at this time of the game, do you do anything different, or you just do what Maryville does best?
Well, I think for the most part we're going to do what we do. You know, we've always, you know, have a few wrinkles in and, you know, try to take advantage of, you know, any potential weaknesses that they might have, and it's been tough to find any. But, you know, how they play certain things, you maybe can, you know, offset, you know, whatever their reaction to whatever set we have or a motion or something like that. So, you know, we have a game plan in, and, you know, we got to practice it this week, and hopefully we can come out and play well Friday night.
One last question, Coach. One key point you have to do to beat Oakland.
Well, I think there's two things. One, we can't turn the ball over, and the second one's the big plays. You know, we got to make them drive the ball. We can't give up, you know, the 80-yard touchdown play. We've got to make them take as many snaps as possible, because the more times they have to snap it, the better chance for something good to happen to us. We just can't give up those, like I said, those home run plays.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you taking this time out, and we'd like to wish you a happy Thanksgiving to you, your family, and your football team, and good luck this Friday night.
Thank you, Roddy. You too.
All right. Coach George Quarles, head coach of the Maryville Red Rebels. They take on Murfreesboro, Oakland tomorrow night. Coach Quarles just speaks his mind. You know, he's got it set, you know, to win that many state championships, 11. But he knows that he's not up against just a rinky-dink Friday night. They're going to Murfreesboro, Oakland. Murfreesboro, Oakland handled Hardin Valley last week.
Yep.
So
handled them.
So I'm not gonna say that George won't have his team ready, because he will. And like he said, we're gonna go down there. We're gonna play Maryville football.
Mm-hmm. And they will, because I'm tell you how it's gonna work. They're gonna get on the bus.
Okay.
They're gonna go to their restaurant, get them a nice big meal on the way down there.
Okay.
They're gonna go to practice. And they're gonna talk about what's gonna happen. The experience is gonna kick in. The lights are gonna come on. The game plan is gonna come to life. And Oakland's going to be out there too. So we're going to see
Oh, God.
He set it up nice.
He set it up nice, didn't he? He said he had me convinced.
Maryville knows what they're doing.
They do, and that's the thing that you have to put aside for Maryville. They've got experience here. You when we were down there, you got 16 goal footballs.
Oh yeah,
16, 11 under George Quarles.
It's intimidating too when you stand on the other side and you think, that many. They double those, or? No,
but here's the thing.
It's real.
But here's the thing. They got to go to Murfreesboro. That's the only kicker.
I think they're experienced enough to handle that pressure, though. But I know, Chris, I mean, that's going to be a big thing. I mean, what do you think about Oakland, though?
Oh, boy. Let me tell you about Oakland, guys. Maryville, yeah, we talked experience. I mean, look, we got quarterback Hopkins there, junior, which a lot of schools are looking at him. So this would be a big game for him, for those schools to decide on him maybe for next year. You got Blackman there. He was our Mr.
TD,
Football last
yes.
year. So, like you said, Roddy, a lot of experienced players from there. But we're talking about an Oakland team that I don't know what happened, but out of nowhere, Oakland has just been devastating all season. Nobody's not even been close to this team. I don't even know if anybody scored past 13 points on the team. So, not only does Oakland put a lot of points on the board, Oakland also shuts you down.
Yes.
So, Maryville, what are they going to do? What are they going to bring to the table? Is that experience going to get them over a hump? Are they going to remember from last year when they went to the state and kind of got embarrassed because, like you said, they're used to getting those gold balls? It's going to be interesting to find out, and you tell me when to pick, and I'll pick it.
All right, here we go. Let's get into it.
I hope Maryville don't look ahead to Whitehaven or Cadova.
Let's go. Let's do a quick pick. So I want y'all to hold that right now. Since it's the Ball Corporation, quick picks of the game. All right, here we go. In Class 1A, you got Greenback, South Pittsburgh.
Greenback.
I'm sticking with Greenback.
All right. Class 2A, Austin East and Marion County.
I'll go pick it real quick. I know Chris talked about it. I think Austin East got it clicking too. I think they've been having a great season. They're going to keep going.
Marion County used to being here, but Austin East. I'm going to give them a try.
All right. Austin East. 3A, Alcoa and Sequatchie County.
I mean, I don't know if Sequatchie County is ready for Alcoa, but I don't know much about them, so I'll have to say that, but I'm going to stick with Alcoa.
I can't say the name properly, so I'm going to say Alcoa.
That's one way of picking it. That's one way of picking it. I like that. I like that.
I heard
all
two
right,
different versions.
now.
Probably not. I'm sure. Back to Ottawa.
Put y'all up. All right. Class 4A. Knox Central at Marshall County.
Chris, eat on that ice cream a little bit. Think about that one. I didn't know if Knox Central was going to be here, so I'm going to go with Marshall County just on a whim of thinking that they're a little bit more experienced, and Knox Central didn't really plan on being here, so I'm going to go that way with Marshall.
And I'm just going to counter because I'm going to stick with the homeboys of Knox Central. They deserve to be here. They worked hard to be here, and I believe they're going to keep that momentum going, but it's going to be a tough one.
All right.
Not going to be easy.
Class 5A, South Doyle and Farragut.
I think Farragut's too tough. Again, another team, South Doyle's come a long way. I think Farragut's got a lot going for him, 21 years without being here. I'll give the edge to Farragut.
You know what? Like I said, I'm going to throw those scores away. In the past, they've already matched up. Farragut handled them pretty well. But this time I'm going to have to agree with Chris. I think Farragut's going to take them.
All right.
They're going to get them.
And last of all, for the Ball Corporation Game of the Week, Maryville and Oakland.
Well, the lights are on. Oakland's out there. I think Coach Quarles there's got a great speech to start the game off. And I think Maryville comes out with a big victory.
All right.
Oh, it's my pick.
Your pick.
Y'all put me on the spot on
It's your
this.
pick. It's your pick.
I mean, I could argue both ways so well, but just to make this show interesting, I know we're running out of time. I'm going to say Oakland. Just,
all right.
Just because we're,
All right. It's Thanksgiving and he's still eating, so we're all thankful for being here.
It's about gone.
It's been a great show. I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving dinner with your family or with your friends or with your loved ones. For Chris Reddick and Chris Blevins, I'm Roddy Woods, and we'll see you next week right here on Your High School Sports.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Crazy.
Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Claybo's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Claybo's Market and make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
Finish.
Hi guys, my name's Terry. I'm a shift leader here at Good Old Days. Thank you for watching Your High School Sports.
You've just got to get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com. You've just got to get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
15 Ford Edge, 24.9 or just $299 a month. 16 Ford F-150, 22.9 or just $289 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville. From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
16 Ford Focus SC, $5,000 off or $169 a month. Ford Fusion SC, $19.9 or just $239 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future.
It's the day, it's finally arrived, it's your wedding day. It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day.
Ah, your wedding day, that one special day in your life you'll never forget. So let Venture Productions capture all those special moments at your wedding for you to treasure a lifetime. Our approach to videography is one of creativity and excellence. Call Venture Productions for your video services.
It's the moment you've been waiting all your